ne nane, tananane nane, tandane nane, tananane, tane tandane nane, tananane. Hello, hello, my dear children. It is story time. Let us have some fun. It is story time. Let us have some fun. Tane tandane nane, tananane. Hey. In a village far, far, far away from where we live today, there lived Bola, a donkey, with his master Soma, who was a washerman. Now, every day in the morning, Soma set off to collect dirty clothes from the houses in the village and then loaded them on top of Bola's back. And the two of them together went to the river in the village. As Soma washed all the clothes neat and clean, dried them under the sun, and then towards the evening, he took the dried clothes, folded them, loaded them back on Bola's back. As they together walked back into the village and returned all the clothes to the owners. Then, later, after sunset, Bola was set free to graze wherever he wanted. In fact, he was never tied to any pole or anything through the night. This was the daily routine of Bola and Soma. They were quite happy with what they were doing in that village. They liked each other's company, and Soma being a good master, Bola was also quite happy. This went on and on. Days passed by. But I must say, Bola was also getting older and weaker by the day. So it was one morning, in fact, when Soma was as usual getting ready to set off for work, when suddenly he noticed Bola was not to be found anywhere at all. Where was Bola? Why did he disappear all of a sudden? He ran out. He checked the front of the house. He ran backwards to the house. But there was just no sign of Bola anywhere. He went to the neighbors and inquired. He went to the fields and checked. He went to every place where he thought Bola could have gone. But no luck. Soma could not find his dear donkey. He was already missing him. Where could he have gone? He had no idea. He was so upset. He was very, very disappointed. He did not know what to do. And with a heavy heart, having no other choice, Soma turned and was about to go back home when he heard it. Do you hear it too? Oh yes, he heard a faint sound, and for a moment Soma thought, could it be his donkey, his Bola? He was getting excited, and so he began to follow the direction of the sound, and he walked and walked and walked, listening carefully. Yes, he could hear it. And it took him near a well. He stopped there and listened carefully, and this time he heard a little bit loudly. Yes, this is the place, this is the place. Immediately Soma looked down the well. There he was! Oh, Bola, I finally found you. I finally found you. I'm so happy. I'm really happy that I finally found you. But, oh no. Soma was happy that he found his donkey. But that well, okay, it did not have water, which is also a good news. But it was a big well and it was quite deep. First of all, he had no clue how Bola fell into that well. And now, how to rescue him, how to lift him and bring him back. Again, Soma was clueless. He looked around if he can find a rope or something so that he can somehow pull Bola up. But no, he could not find anything. He wondered what to do. He ran back to the village and called some of the villagers for help. But even they did not know what to do. They were thinking and thinking and thinking, and they had no idea. And there was Bola still crying. Suddenly, there passed by a big, burly man. He came forward and he said, "Arey, you are spending so much time on this donkey? Look at him, so old, so weak, so lean. You are spending all your time on this donkey. Let me tell you something. This well is anyway not used. Nobody comes to this place. Let's quietly bury him here. And then you can buy a new donkey for yourself. Yes, come on, let's do it. Villagers, come on, come on, come on, come on. Let's dig mud and put it inside the well." And even before Soma could do anything, stop all of them, all the people started taking mud and throwing into the well. Chakku, 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 thak. Chakku, 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 thak. Soma ran to each person and begged them, "Don't do this, please don't do this. I don't want to lose my donkey. He's my very loyal donkey. At least I don't want to bury him alive." But it only fell into deaf ears. They continued digging mud and throwing it down the well. As Bola continued to cry out loud, but none of it could move the people or change their mind. And then, after some time, there was silence. Other than the sound of the people digging and throwing mud, there was no sound of Bola that was coming from the well. "Oh no, my Bola, my Bola," said Soma and looked down. And when he looked down, what he saw was a surprise. The surprise that he received for the first time in his life. His Bola, do you know what he was doing? For every shovel of mud that was being thrown into the well, that donkey was quite smart, I must say. He was shaking it off and actually using it as a step to rise up. Yes, shake it off, shake it off, shake it off, and then step up, step up, step up. Shake it off, shake it off, shake it off, and then step up, step up, step up. Oh, Soma was so happy. He just couldn't believe his eyes. In fact, he was so thrilled that he too took a shovel and started digging mud and throwing it into the well so that he can help his donkey. Wow, 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 wow. That was really a big turning point that he never expected. And so it went on and on. Chakku, chakku, chakku. Chakku, thak. Chakku, 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 thak. And when that was done, what do you think Bola was doing? That's right. Shake it off, shake it off, shake it off. And then step up, step up, step up. Shake it off, shake it off, shake it off. And then step up, step up, step up. This went on and on for quite some time. Until finally, Bola took his last step and jumped out of the well. He brayed loudly to the shock of all the people, including that rugged man who just appeared from nowhere. Donkey? You? And Bola raised his legs to give him a nice kick. But that was enough. That man, along with his people, ran as fast as they could to never ever to be seen again in that village. Oh, Bola, you're back. I am so happy you're back, said Soma, and gave a tight hug to his dear donkey. Well, indeed, Soma was very happy to reunite with his dear donkey, who was not only loyal, but of course turned out to be a smart one too. And that brings us to the end of this story. I hope you enjoyed listening to this story. Now, I have one question for all of you. So, what is your understanding, your takeaway from this story that you just heard? Think about it, reflect on it, and I'll see you again with another story. Until then, it is Meenu Sivaramakrishnan, your storyteller from Katha Galatta, signing off. Thank you so much. Take care.